Okay, so we're going to get started, and we're going to start with a song, of course. So as you'll see in the book, one of the ways to find your incentive, why you want to practice, is just putting a song that you really love and dancing to it. That's why we start all our practices with that. So we're going to put some music on. If you don't like my music and you prefer a different song, then of course feel free to mute me and choose the music that you like. And after that song, we'll be back to our practice. So let's hit play.
Eres una triste princesita que se muere en un palacio de marfil y malaquita. Yo soy un romero sensiblero que no tiene nada más que el cielo y sus senderos. Pero bajo el sol de los caminos soy el dueño del espacio con mis sueños peregrinos. Tengo las estrellas y los vientos del confín que cantan en la voz de mi violín. No sé que todo aquello solo fue una cadencia de mi duelo y que el soñar tiene despertar. Mas sé que también no te olvidé y en los silencios del espíritu está sonando mi violín, tal vez llamándote.
All right, let's hit pause. Second. Okay, pause. All right, so we're gonna try the song again. It doesn't matter, like at this point, you're not gonna get connected and feel that you're really like expressing the song, right? And that makes perfect sense. We've just started. This is just to get you in the mood. So don't be too judgmental with yourselves. Give yourselves time and enjoy. So one of the reasons you'll see we're saying in the guide that you want to allow for yourself to have fun is because there is a process involved, a process that requires you to open up your mind and open up your heart to receiving something new, not going all the time with a preset, a preconceived idea of what you want to do and what you want it to look like and all that stuff, because that sometimes is also necessary. Like you want to work on the beat and it has to be like this. Of course, that is necessary. But sometimes you need to relax those boundaries and open up yourself to the unknown. And this way you'll start picking up things from the music that you have not, maybe you didn't hear before, you didn't notice them, or for whatever reason, you just were not aware of them. So next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna stick with the same song, and I want you to take a moment in the beginning to really get some of the flavors of it. It's almost like, I don't know, trying a new taste. And once you take a bite, you're like, you like it, but you want to capture all these other feelings and emotions that come up as you take that bite. So almost the same thing. So before we get to that, let's do a quick little exercise. And it's going to go like this. It's very simple. Let me adjust you guys, sorry. Yeah, so it's very simple. We're just gonna take a moment. I know we've already built some excitement, but we're just gonna take a moment and relax into the moment, but don't let go. So you're still dancing. So keeping some tone in terms of muscle and posture. And I want you to take a few seconds to find your breath, the rhythm of your breath. Don't follow me. We're gonna be certainly different. So here we go. You can close your eyes if you feel that you need to. Okay. If you're feeling that your breath is inhibited, feel free to change your position. So allow for your body to be flexible. Maybe you're holding too much. So try to notice if you need to adjust a few things. And you'll also notice that you're not going to be still. You're going to be moving, tiny, tiny movements you're gonna make. Good. Now, when you're ready, and maybe you're not ready yet, you might still want to stay in this space, but when you're ready, I want you to move to the rhythm of your breath. We're just gonna take a couple of seconds. When you're ready, you start moving. You don't need to match me. And try to find pathways for your breath to keep that comfortable flow. Good, and pause. Let's do it one more time. You're starting from stillness, and you want to start moving, which is what happens every time a new song starts. So here we go. When you're ready, you're going to start moving. And it doesn't have to be movement in space. Maybe you're staying in the same spot and you're moving. And okay, so I'm gonna put that same song on again. Oops, sorry, this light is not good. Okay, so I'm gonna put the same song on again. What I want you to try to do is use the introduction to the song to really find yourself in it, and then you start moving. So it's going to take a couple seconds. Don't go right away, because that's a very common mistake. We hear that first note and we feel that we have to start moving, but use some time to get into it. We're going to use the same music so we feel like we know it a little bit, you know, as much as possible. Here we go.
Eres una triste princesita que se muere en un palacio de marfil y malaquita. Yo soy un romero sensiblero que no tiene nada más que el cielo y sus senderos. Pero bajo el sol de los caminos soy el dueño del espacio con mis sueños peregrinos. Tengo las estrellas y los vientos del confín que cantan en la voz de mi violín. No sé que todo aquello solo fue una cadencia de mi nuez y que el soñar tiene despertar. Mas sé que también no te olvidé y en los silencios del espíritu está sonando mi violín, tal vez llamándote.
Okay. Oops. Let's hit pause. There we go. Okay. And the last element that we're going to focus on today, because as we said, there's so many things, we cannot possibly cover all of them. In the It Takes You to Tango guide, you'll see many different ways that you can work on the music. But we cannot possibly fit everything in 1 hour. So the other thing that we're going to focus on, then we're going to change gears a little bit, is the pauses during the song. So we worked on, right before, we said, okay, we need a moment to get into the song in the beginning. So when the music starts, you don't want to react right away to it, moving. You want to give yourself a little bit of time to connect to it, even if you know the song. So now the second element is, if you're doing a pattern, and let's choose, for the sake of what we're doing afterwards, let's choose, for example, the ocho cortado pattern. I'm just gonna pull these pants up just a little bit to remind you. So if you have this pattern, a very common pattern, do it again with me. Hopefully you are, through your web, right? This is for followers. And if I was a leader, right, I would be doing together. Leaders, you can cross as well. It's the same thing, like you end up at the same place. So I'm just going to use the follower step. You choose whichever one you like, it doesn't matter. So there are many ways to do it, and we're going to work on this step in just a little bit. But notice that if you do it like continuously, it loses it has a different flavor, actually. Let's not say loses. It has a different flavor compared to when you add a pause. And this is the very common rhythmical variation of this step. 1, 2, pause, 1, 2, pause. Pum, pum, pause, pum, pum, pause. So if you do this variation, let's do it one time together. 2, pause, 1, 2, pause. And now do the same step, but you're hitting on every downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? So it feels very different. So when we're going to put the song back on, I want you to focus on these two things. Do whichever step you like, doesn't matter. Don't stick with ocho cortado, because we're going to be doing it a lot in just a few minutes. So do whatever you like, but try to notice if you can capture pauses in the music, and see if you can pause as well. So notice then how a different flavor comes up. And just to say here, it is in song. There are some songs that the pauses are very pronounced, like it's a clear pause. Then there are other songs that play with you, trick you a little bit. And there you might have the opportunity to say, well, I want to pause, or maybe I do not want to completely pause. Maybe you're doing an embellishment. Maybe you're still doing something. So there is room for flexibility. So someone wouldn't be 100% right to tell you, you stop here and you start there. So there is some room for interpretation. That's what I mean to say. So let's put the music back on. Number 1, give yourself time when the music starts. Number 2, notice the pauses, see if you can become aware of them. And the next level would be if you can take action and pause or do something. Okay.
Eres una triste princesita que se muere en un palacio de marfil y malaquita. Yo soy un romero sensiblero que no tiene nada más que el cielo y sus senderos. Pero bajo el sol de los caminos soy el dueño del espacio con mis sueños peregrinos. Tengo las estrellas y los vientos del confín que cantan en la voz de mi violín. No sé que todo aquello solo fue una cadencia de mi nuez y que el soñar tiene despertar. Mas sé que también no te olvidé y en los silencios del espíritu está sonando mi violín, tal vez llamándote.
Okay. So let's see. Hopefully that gave you enough time to capture something different. It's not gonna come right away, but I'm just giving you some tools, some ideas, and hopefully after seeing this video again, maybe you'll have more time to work on this on your own. So bear in mind that it doesn't come in right away, so you need to give a little bit of time to yourself. So we're just slightly going to change gears just a little bit, because I wanted us to talk about rhythm. And there are many ways to practice rhythm, counting on choreography or just counting on the music, many different ways. But those are the ways to practice rhythm. It's not the rhythm itself. So what I want us to do an exploration on what rhythm is, and then hopefully you take that to exploration to whatever activity that you do. So it's not tango specific, and this way it will inform hopefully different movement activities that you're into. So the idea is that we want to establish a relationship between three elements. So if we have a thing that's moving, an arm or a leg or ourselves or our whole body, right? So where is that thing going? Where? Going forward, going back, going to the side, for example. How far is the end goal? So if you are extending an arm, are you fully extending or are you going halfway, right? Very different. And the speed that you're going at. So these three elements are, the relationship between these three elements will give us what rhythm is, characterize rhythm. And of course, they are affected by what is moving, because it's very different to be moving just a finger compared to moving your whole body. So with this in mind, we're going to do an exercise. We're going to start with arms, and then we're going to take it down to the legs. If you are wearing heels doing this practice, I think that it would be a good idea to change to something a little bit more flat. So just saying, especially when we change the legs. At the moment, you're good to go. So what we're going to do is this. We're exploring those relationship between those three elements. So we can have the same, we're going to be playing with these relationships between our arms. That's the idea. Now, the two arms can be moving in the same direction, right? At the same time, so moving together, right? And at the same speed. And they are extending the same amount, right? Okay. So, and of course, they can do the same thing going to the side, and they can do the same thing going to the back, and going up and going down. Very simple. You'll get the idea once the music goes on. So if you're going forward, we're moving together, right? Going to the side, moving together, going up. If you've been with Bautanz, we've done this before. Going down, so you should know the drill. And then going back. And you'll notice immediately when you go back, this is a direction that has some peculiarities physically. So you're a little bit more restricted going back compared to going to the front. So this is going to be a little bit more difficult to get to, and it might affect your speed, and will probably require you to involve the rest of the body to accommodate. Those things have an effect on rhythm. Okay, so we're going to put the music on, and I want you to play with these in different directions, just getting a feel of, just getting a feel of moving the arms together and how the different directions impact your understanding of rhythm. One last thing for the side to side. So this, I usually get mixed up with this one. It's funny. It's a funny one. This, they're not going in the same direction. This is going in the same direction, right? There we go. This is going in the same direction. So when they're going in the same direction, notice here, like the back extension, this also requires you to take your body out of the way, because then if you don't, then this weird situation comes up. So you need to move the rest of the body. You need to move out of the way. So that will impact your speed, possibly, or what you need to do to keep the speed up, and rhythm. So let's see. We need to change to something a little bit more upbeat to help us out. So let's do this one.
Lá nasceu, põe uma estrela que cada brilhar, e na mar põe uma areia que cada molhar, espalhou desse mundo fora, só Hiroshima, terra povo cheia de amor, tem morna, tem coladeira, terra sal cheia de amor. Tem batu, tem funaná, espalhou nesse mundo fora, só Rotimar, terra povo cheia de amor. Tem morna, tem coladeira, terra povo cheia de amor. Tem batu, tem funaná. Oi, tanto saudade, saudade, saudade. Foi tanta saudade, saudade sem fim.
Oi, tanto saudade, saudade, saudade. Oi, tanto saudade, saudade sem fim. Nasceu uma estrela que cada brilhar e na mar uma areia que cada molhar espalhou nesse mundo fora só rotimar terra pouco cheia de amor quem mora na coladeira terra sal cheia de amor tem batu, tem funaná espalhou nesse mundo fora só rotimar terra pouco cheia de amor quem morna tem coladeira terra pouco cheia de amor tem batu, tem funaná petit pays je t'aime beaucoup petit, petit, je l'aime beaucoup. Petit pays, je t'aime beaucoup. Petit, petit, je l'aime beaucoup.
Okay. Pause. Pause. There we go. So if you try the different directions and if you try to combine, you'll notice that you'll get a different experience of rhythm when you're combining, going forward and back, for example, compared to staying at the front. Also, when you change your speed, you're getting a different experience of rhythm. So hopefully you've had the chance to explore those different parameters, there we go, during this exploration, because we're going to be adding on. So now what we did was both arms were going in the same direction, the same. Now the arms are going to be going in the opposite direction. Stuck, tuck, tuck. And that has, so you have to have that in mind, like this is a very different action compared to this, because it requires that your body gets in a different position. So that will affect rhythm because it's more things moving. Here as well, this might actually feel a little bit easier compared to this. And then you have up and down, of course. So let's do this. Let's put the music on. So we're adding, this extra layer of difficulty. Feel free to fall back to what we were doing before. So same direction, same time. And then play with the speed and the amount of extension that you're doing. If that extra layering feels a little bit too much at times, so you can fall back to the previous exercise if you feel that you need to. Here we go.
Lá nasceu uma estrela brilhar e na mar boiam areia que cata moiar espanhol nesse mundo fora só Hiroshima terra povo cheia de amor tem morna, tem coladeira terra sal cheia de amor tem batu, tem funaná espanhol nesse mundo fora só Hiroshima terra povo cheia de amor tem morna, tem coladeira terra povo cheia de amor tem batu, tem funaná oi tanto saudade saudade, saudade oi tanto saudade saudade sem fim oi tanto saudade saudade, saudade oi tanto saudade saudade sem fim nasceu boia uma estrela que cata brilhar e na mar boia uma areia que cata moiar espanhol nesse mundo fora só Hiroshima terra povo cheia de amor tem morna, tem coladeira terra sal cheia de amor tem batu, tem funaná espanhol nesse mundo fora só Hiroshima terra povo cheia de amor tem morna, tem coladeira terra povo cheia de amor tem batu, tem funaná petit pays je t'aime beaucoup petit, petit, je l'aime beaucoup. Petit pays, je t'aime beaucoup. Petit, petit, je l'aime beaucoup.
Okay. All right. Last one before we get to legs. And I apologize, I have to speed things up, but time. So it's funny how we're working on rhythm. We're talking about time. Okay, so, but keep in mind, if you, the guide has full instructions. It is, they're written out and there are videos as well. So you might feel this is a little bit rushed, but if you get the It Takes You to Tango guide, they're very detailed with notes and extra tips. So I might be rushing you a little bit here, but you have plenty of time. You have this video as well and the guide, hopefully. So what happens, hopefully this gave you some time to play with how much you extend, how fast you're going, if you're going, if you're committing to one or if you're changing between the different options. So what we're going to do is the next layer of difficulty, of challenge. And that is, what if the two arms are not going at the same time? So you can be going in the same direction or different directions. Before we were doing this, I'm just showing you the easiest option of them all. But what if you're not going to the front together, but you're going one at a time? Completely different sense of rhythm. Pam, 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 compared to pam, 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 pam. So You can do same direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, or different directions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or the other ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2. Same direction or a different direction, up to you, but at a different time. Here we go. Why are we doing this first on legs, on feet, on arms? My God, I'm getting prepared for what's coming afterwards. We're doing it first with arms because it's easier. So very simple as that. So here we go. Yeah, let's stick with the same one, and then we're going to change after.
Lá nasceu, põe uma estrela que cada brilhar, e na mar põe uma areia que cada molhar, espalhou nesse mundo fora, só rachimar, terra povo cheia de amor, tem morna, tem coladeira, terra sal cheia de amor. Tem batu, tem funaná, espalhou nesse mundo fora, só Rotimar, terra povo cheia de amor. Tem morna, tem coladeira, terra povo cheia de amor. Tem batu, tem funaná. Oi, tanta saudade, saudade, saudade. Oi, tanta saudade, saudade sem fim. Oi, tanta saudade, saudade, saudade. Oi, tanta saudade, saudade sem fim. Nasceu boia uma estrela que cada brilhar, e na mar boia uma areia que cada molhar, espalhou nesse mundo fora, só Rotimar, terra povo cheia de amor. Tem morna, tem coladeira, terra sal cheia de amor. Tem batu, tem funaná, espalhou nesse mundo fora, só Rotimar, terra povo cheia de amor. Tem morna, tem coladeira, terra povo cheia de amor. Tem batu, tem funaná. Petit pays, je t'aime beaucoup. Petit, petit, je l'aime beaucoup. Petit pays, je t'aime beaucoup. Petit, petit, je l'aime beaucoup.
Okay, so I know that can be tricky. Give yourself a moment. Remember, you'll have the recording, so no worries. You can get some practice on this. So, feet. more into, tango. So exactly what we are, what we did with the arms, you can do with the legs. Usually they go in a different time. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So we start with different time that's more comfortable. They can be going in the same direction, or they can be going in a different direction. Right? Same direction or different direction. But they can also be going at the same time. Same time. Or same time, same direction. So same time, same direction. So let's put the music back on. You have all of these options. Of course, I would suggest you start with different time, same or different direction. And then if you have the opportunity, you can play with same time, same direction. You've probably seen Chicho do it millions of times, that gentle side hop, right? So that's how it fits. It gives us an opportunity to explore how that fits in the rhythm. Let me see. Maybe.
Tristeza de arrabal, sentado en la vereda. Tristeza de arrabal, el amor que se fue por las calles desiertas. El amor que se va. Las esquinas baldías, la luna sobre el portal, rezo suena lejano, tristeza del arrabal. Tristeza de arrabal, la luz de las bombitas, al lado del canal, el amor que se fue por la noche infinita, el amor que no está. Las mejillas golpeadas, lágrimas sobre el mar, sueño hecho pedazos, tristeza de arrabal.
Pause. And to close off this workshop, let's get back to that ocho cortado that we just reviewed. So let's count. We went through this process of rhythm, steps, same direction, different direction, timing, all that nice stuff. So let's now use one of the ways to practice, which is counting. And we're gonna take that ocho cortado step. You have 1, 2, 3. We just count the shifts of weight, by the way, sorry. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are silent because you want to start over. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look what happens when I step back. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1. So we're gonna play it. The reason we're doing this, we're gonna do this one more time like this, but I want to explain the reason. The reason we're doing it is because say you take the most common variation of the ocho cortado, which is 1, 2, pause, 1, 2, pause. And then you keep this structure with the pauses in between, da, 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 but then you change where 1 is. So, pause, 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 pause. So it changes, it becomes a very different step. So before I get you over mixed up and play with all these elements, let's do it one more time together. And maybe we're just gonna do a workshop on ocho cortado itself and play with all these things. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1. Here we go. Play with it. If you get lost, it doesn't matter. It's our last dance. Enjoy. Which one? Which one? Okay. Let's go back to the one we started with. I think that will be.
Eres una triste princesita que se muere en un palacio de marfil y malaquita. Yo soy un romero sensiblero que no tiene nada más que el cielo y sus senderos. Pero bajo el sol de los caminos soy el dueño del espacio con mis sueños peregrinos. Tengo las estrellas y los vientos del confín que cantan en la voz de mi violín. No sé que todo aquello solo fue una cadencia de mi nuez y que el soñar tiene despertar. Mas sé que también no te olvidé y en los silencios del espíritu está sonando mi violín, tal vez llamándote.
Okay. So, closing, we just played with the ocho cortado. So once you start shifting, making a little tiny shift, the whole step changes. And that was the purpose of this last exercise. I know we don't have enough time to dive deeper into it, but maybe next time. So again, thank you very much for joining. And we will have a recording of this workshop shortly, and it will be shared with all of you through YouTube and Facebook. And of course, if you are part of the Bautanz community, it will be shared along with other many goodies. So if you're not part of our community, I suggest that you join us at bautanz.com. And all of these exercises with much more detail and along with many more other drills are part of the It Takes You to Tango, the ultimate guide, yes, for tango training for leaders and followers. You can find that on Amazon, on Kobo, through your, of course, through your Kindle, and it is digital and paperback. So, and it comes with a list, huge list of videos. So you can find videos such as this workshop we just did and many, many, many more. Thank you again for joining, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Bye.